down. I think some astronomical stat applied to last regular season where so many of them catch the ball for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, I just try to go out there and whenever I get the opportunity to make the play and put us in position to have success, whether it's third down, whether it's in the red zone, whatever my role may be, just trying to be the best at whatever that role is for that season.
Is that an example to all the younger guys? We always hear so much about Aaron developing trust, but that's like a statistical manifestation of trusting a receiver to be in the right place at the right time on a down that has to be converted.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's all about, right? I mean that's all everybody ever pays attention to is the statistics. They don't really pay attention to you know, the meaning that you could have in helping other people get open and all those kind of things. So that's one statistic that shows the trust that I've been able to build with him and his comfort to come to me in critical situations.
In your time in the league, you've seen how preseason has changed. The games are now trying to keep starters healthy. What do you think about what the NFL preseason is now?
Well, you got to remember there's 17 games now. It's already a long season, but adding another game to it makes the season even longer. And it's about having your guys ready to go for the ones that count. You know, every team's going to have a different approach to it. You know, when I was in Dallas, I played in 2 of the preseason games. So that's not my decision to make. I let the folks that make those decisions make them, and I just prepare myself for whenever the time comes.
Do you think that's kind of a permanent change around here, at least with the powers that be? Because 7 years ago today was when Jordy went down in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be different from year to year. I don't know if that's what it's going to be for the future, and it would be, I think it would be in the wrong spot to say that. So you just wait and see what happens next year, and you know, but this is what it is right now.
What impact did that day have on your mindset about the preseason, personally, being a part of that team and seeing your friend go down?
I mean, it's tough. You never want to see somebody get injured and get hurt, miss time, whether it be in practice or in preseason game or regular season game. But that never changed my mindset. I still got to go out there and play. And you know, I actually got hurt that next preseason game and played the entire season with the AC sprain. So it's part of it. It's part of it. We take the risk every time we walk out that tunnel with our helmet on. So you got to play ball. You got to go out there whenever live bullets are flying. You got to be prepared to get hit. And unfortunately, things happen. You know, Jordy's was a non-contact. He just playing it wrong, and his ACL went. So it's tough, but that's part of this league.
In addition to that, did what happened in week 1 without playing in the preseason much last year and then still getting the number 1 seed further impact, you think, how this team approaches it? Because week 1 didn't look good, but at the end of the day, it didn't matter.
Yeah, I think you got to ask LaFleur that. You got to ask Goody that. That's more their question, not for me.
Randall, what have you seen from Christian now that he's been back in team drills this week? Obviously, Aaron singled him out yesterday for a pretty good mental acuity on a play that he'd never ever run before. So what have you noticed from him as he's got back into team stuff?
Yeah, well, I think what I noticed back during minicamp and through the offseason is he's a big physical guy, and he has a presence to him. He has speed and power. But, you know, that's all, again, talking about potential. He has potential to do something special, but it's about applying all those little things, the mental aspect to the game, the little aspect to our offensive scheme and what we're trying to accomplish. He's a little bit behind because he hasn't been able to be out. He hasn't been out there throughout training camp. So just trying to get him up to speed as fast as we can and get him prepared whenever the time comes.
For a young guy like that, how important is it that he gets in preseason games if he's able to, especially this Thursday?
Again, that's for somebody else. You know, obviously you can see one thing in practice, you can see another thing in games. Some guys are better in games, some guys are better in practice, and some guys you need to see them in game action and see how they respond.
What do you remember about your first few years and how important those preseason games were for you?
I honestly don't really remember much from the preseason. I remember my rookie year. You know, I got a thigh contusion and ended up missing a preseason game, and I thought I was going to get cut. And then I went out and had a great first game my rookie year. So you just never know. It's different from guy to guy, and some guys need different things.
Kind of in the same vein, Randall. Any
time in life, you're doing something for a while, you're usually doing it right. Maybe not always, but you're usually doing it right. What do you feel like you've done right over this long period, long, enjoyable life you've had in the NFL?
I think the biggest thing is being consistency. I try to be the same every day when I come in. I try to have the same focus in the meeting rooms, in the weight room, on the practice field, and make the plays when I have those opportunities and do my job. You know, we always talk about 111th and what that means, and sometimes, a lot of the times, my route may be to get someone else open. So, you know, I do my part in that. Instead of worrying about trying to get open and make a play, it's sometimes about opening somebody else up so they can make the play.
Is longevity sometimes overlooked, or is sometimes like, you know, just being there down in, down out, is that overlooked in your mind, or do guys in this locker room know that's an important thing?
I think it's definitely understanding for guys in the locker room, and there's a respect to that and an understanding of why and how you get to that position of longevity. When you talk about outside of that, you know, everybody always, all they want to talk about is stats. And I had 400 yards last year. Like, yeah, I mean, but if you look at the efficiency of what I do and the opportunities that I have and the plays that I make when I get it, you might have something else to say about that. But that's the part, that's the way that it goes when you're talking to fans or when you're talking to, they don't really understand the importance of some things that are bigger and different than stats.